we dip down into the future of ladies basketball. It is the NBA National Middle School Squad 2023.
Wow.
This is the 7th grade. And the Saginaw triple threat. Saginaw all in the orange and MBA all in the blue. So, Ronika, I don't know if you're going to learn something here or not. But
I am, actually. I am going to learn. I'm kind of glad I get to watch them. I haven't seen the babies playing in a while. This is kind of refreshing for me.
That's a nice move. Spins up off the window. It is no good. That was Alexi Zimmer. They are so fresh and so new, we actually had to go with the old school handwritten roster.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. They on SUV TV. So I got to give it to them. Don't I?
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, now I got to get used to Ronika being here because I'm used to not having nobody to talk to. I'm talking to her. I'm talking, yeah, buddy. Glad that you're with us wherever you are, the SUVTV.com. So at the free throw line, it will be Macy Fagan. Fagan goes through a routine and sticks it in. So she makes both free throws. We're tied at 2. Remember, 2 14-minute halves here inside Churchill Fieldhouse. You like this gym?
I love this gym. Every time in the tournament here, I know I'm going to see good basketball.
It's 18 goals in this gym. There's a 3. Yeah, I count them. I walked in yesterday. I was like, oh, my goodness. I needed a ball. Needed to get me up by 15, 20 shots. With all the balls with them 28 fives. 5-2. The NBA coming out with that full court pressure. Nice step through. Could not get the finish. Got the rebound. Put it back up. No, she's fighting for it underneath and still can't come away with it. In transition there. Here comes Macy Brown. How many Browns is in this lineage? Goodness.
Macy did a good job of making sure that there was nobody around her to take that ball away because she figured out what she wanted to do.
3 ball is no good, McKenna Ferguson.
Now, if you want to know somebody, that's who you want to know.
I'm 5-2, yeah, buddy. Where we going to dinner at tonight? 12-20 left in that. 5-4, and now here comes MBA. They're going to walk it up. This is 7th grade and 8th grade. I know 7th grade. Don't know what Saginaw Triple Threat are. Class of 2023. That's scary.
It is.
And my son, class of 2024.
Oh, wow. And my babies are class of 2021 and class of 2022. So I'm almost done.
I'm done.
No, you're not done until they go across that stage.
No. That's fine. I'm just getting started in that aspect.
Right.
Because he in the 6th grade.
Yes.
But as far as putting them on the earth, I'm done with that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a nice little drive up and got the finish. Good, Macy Fagan. That was a nifty move.
Well, you know, I'm not surprised because when Macy got earned her way to the free throw line, it was from a good, strong putback, and she was fouled.
Brown, an air ball, no good. Oh, nice save and hustle underneath. Kicks it off. Brown up. She's fouled and will go to the free throw line. Give the credit on the hustle to Madeline Weber. Weber with an outstanding hustle to save it on the baseline. And now Brown will go to the free throw line.
And also to Grace Lyons, who felt that she didn't have good position for that shot and gave the ball up to Brown, who then got fouled and is now at the line shooting too.
You talked about NBA, Michigan Basketball Academy, in the last game, but this now will be the 3rd time I've seen a program from them. How strong a program are they traditionally within the Michigan and Great Lake area?
But when you talk about strong fundamental basketball and you talk about being disciplined and execution, NBA is always in those conversations in all of their age groups. They do a great job of getting those girls focused, making sure that they're strong in all of their fundamentals, and they come out on the court and they show it. Great program.
Nice drive, flip it up, and scores. Cadis Dykstra with the move.
Now, Dykstra has some older sisters who have been successful with this game as well. And that is her second time getting to the hoop for MBA. So I think we'll see a lot of her this afternoon.
7-6, almost 3 minutes gone by. 11:02 remaining here in the first half. Joe Hilsman, Ronika Simone, glad that you're with us. Livonia, Michigan. It is the LBI April Showers Classic. Did you notice it's raining all day today and tomorrow?
Let's just be glad it's not snowing.
See, now there you go.
The snow not supposed to be here till Monday.
And one. Count it and the foul. Macy Fagan till Monday. Are you serious?
I promise on everything. It snowed yesterday.
It didn't snow yesterday.
Not yesterday. I'm sorry. Wednesday.
Something to say. Hold on, huh?
Wednesday we had some flurries.
I mean, I can handle some snow. It's okay with me.
I can't. No.
You from here though?
What does that mean? I could live without it. I could definitely live without it.
Oh man. 8-7. 10:51 to go. Back iron, no. Rebound comes down to Brown. Brown lost it as she picked the head up, but it hit out of bounds and a turnover.
Fagan in that play defensively, closing out on the ball, which kind of rattled Brown a little bit. Good job getting back off that missed free throw.
Inbound, here comes Saginaw in the triple threat.
There's a lot of Saginaw folks in the building today. I see a few of the refs are from Saginaw.
If you get on the refs, I'm telling you now. I try to be nice to them, but they got off on the wrong foot with me earlier today.
Well, I know these guys. I might be able to butter them up a little bit.
Well, good. You get the butter, I get the knife. And we 3 ball, strip the nets. A 3 from Mitchell. She sinks it, Zaria Mitchell. 11-7. Ball knocked away. Good hustle. I see they went and changed ref shirts. I did see that. The sweat got to the other one. I'm gonna behave.
What? Now look, I just told you it's a bunch of them in here now. Now I can't protect you.
Oh, no, I ain't worried about that now. I am. No, that's not a concern at all. That's not a concern at all. No.
You know, the fact that these young ladies are playing as hard as they are and they're making great plays puts a bright spot in my heart for the future of Michigan basketball.
And we're going to get into that throughout the day since you finally arrived.
Was that a shot? You took a shot at me? Is that what you just did there? Okay, I see.
Just had a little fun with you, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I mean, it's called baptism by fire. That's all it is.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
Up ahead, ball is deflected and out of bounds. Saginaw trying to get up and down the floor. 11-9. But another thing I noticed, we saw Olivia Brown and Jillian Brown earlier. Now I'm watching Macy Brown. They all are trying to lead and control.
Yes. Macy doing a good job of handling the ball and looking up, seeing the court at a young age. Good defense. Hey, how are you? Good defense from Triple Threat.
I see all of
turnover.
all this fraternizing with the referees now. I mean, you better have some pull later on today then.
Oh, yeah, I told you. I got you.
Okay.
It's good to be back in the gym, that's for sure.
$9:20 to go. Dipping down into the youth, 7th and 8th grade right here, giving them that SUV TV experience as well. MBA taking on Saginaw Triple Threat. Saginaw going to come away with it. They're in the orange with the white numbers trimmed in blue.
Saginaw Triple Threat showing some very solid defense right now. Let's see if they can keep that pace up.
And being patient here with the screen and the ball movement. There's a drive, lost it as she went down there. Good defense. They're going to come away with it. A steal by Alexis Zimmer. Zimmer now gives it off, and here's Dykstra. Dykstra, a long lead pass up. It was caught. A little sloppy at the moment, and a jump ball call. Coach Brown stands up and walks down the bench. She doesn't like something. But then has the support of the other players in the program at the back end of the bench. 11-9, 8:39 to go. Nice spin away there by Aricio. Up ahead now, here comes Fagan. Finkbender and Rachel Recio. Oh, that don't start that now.
No, I say that all the time because sometimes I'm like, oh, poor baby, I'm going to butcher your name.
So, I know, you try
Please
not
don't
to.
take it personal. I love you.
It's going to happen, especially when they weren't even in the book, so we just got them before the game.
Right.
That's why. And sometimes you and I.
He on the website.
Thirteen to 9 with 7:54 to go. There's a drive. Oh, floater down the lane. It fell off. No, by Jada McCray. Rebound comes off the MBA. The Michigan Basketball Academy now will take it. And here comes Dykstra. Dykstra with a long lead pass. That one maybe rushed as Baker couldn't get to it.
And, you know, I think the turnovers in this game are a little different than the turnovers before because these turnovers are due to immaturity. They definitely know the game and they're great ball players, and they're taking risks that, you know, they won't take as their game matures. And these young ladies are tough. They're diving on the court, flying out of bounds, taking a charge, running each other over.
But it goes to show what they do in practice. Patel has checked into the contest now. Isa Patel. She will be inbounding. Looks, and gets the inbound in, and they run their weave here. And here's Finkenbenner. Finkenbenner now gives it over to Moore. Moore back out. Here's Finkenbenner. Well, you know, we talk about butchering names, but once you know how to say a name, it rolls off.
Absolutely.
You can just have fun with it. Finkenbrenner gonna go baseline. And a blocking foul call. That one called on McKenna Ferguson.
Finkenbrenner she's smart and she's tough. She caused the person to get a blocking foul earlier, and now she caused another blocking foul just by going at them, creating the contact. Good box out by Brown to give her team possession of the ball. So turnovers and some scrappy play have now led us to be at a 2-point game. Score is now 11-13. Possession with triple threat.
And Finkenbrenner is going to go and come back this way. Good defensive effort there by Dykstra, moving the feet and got the steal. Dykstra with that steal. And Dykstra's going to come up and give it over to Macy Brown. Brown, a long lead pass up ahead to Lyons. Lyons now, nice, beautiful ball movement, beautiful pass. McKenna Ferguson finishes.
That play was sparked by Macy Brown simply going to get the ball. Too many times guards stand away and they want people to throw the ball to them, but that's not their job. Your job is to go get that ball and create great plays just like that one.
Mic'd up. Let's go see how Saginaw is going to fix it in the huddle.
But we're going to come out of the press. We're going to go man. Put pressure on the guard on the elbows. As soon as they get the ball in, beat them up. Everybody else has got to hustle back, protect the basket. I want pressure on the backcourt. Make these guys rush it up the court. They don't have the best ball handlers out there. Just get up there and put some pressure on them. Get in the face. Let's go. All right. 3. Quick, be ready for break. Don't come out of there sloppy. Let's go.
Joe Hillsman, Ranika Simone back here with you. 13-13 at the free throw line. Macy Fagan, she knocks in the first free throw. So Saginaw will come out of that timeout and see how they're able to perform.
Rebound by Brown, and her short jumper is good. Triple threat bringing the ball up. Mitchell passes to Finkenberry, who takes the ball in for the scoop. They now have a 1-point lead, 16-15. Brown directing traffic. Draws the defense, kicks the ball out to Ferguson, who knocks down the three. These girls are playing hard. We should have a really good game on our hands. Nice pass into Zimmer. I'm sorry, that's Boki. She gets the buckets and the foul. At the line, shooting one. McCree checks into the game for triple threat. Boki's bucket has now tied the game up at 18-18. Huge difference in the fouls right now, which is, I think the coaches are kind of disputing. 7-2. Boki misses the free throw. Rebound by Dijkstra. Petroli looking a little frustrated after that missed shot. Riding the player down the court, gets called for the foul. That puts triple threat in the bonus, and they will now be shooting 1-1. Finkbeiner at the line. She makes the first one. And she misses the second. Rebound by triple threat. Fegan also gets the rebound again and puts it up. Now gives her team a 3-point lead, 21-18. Brown passes down low to Weber. Weber finishes strong at the bucket. Mitchell gives the ball to McCree. McCree drives to the bucket, and it's good. McCree caught the defense backpedaling and was able to open up some space for her. Illegal screen called against MBA. Good job of Fegan selling that. There will be no free throws on this play because that is considered an offensive foul. See if triple threat can hold on to the momentum now. Carrying called against Pacio. I think she got a little eager. Triple threat in a full court man-to-man press. Brown doing a good job of handling the ball. Block shot by Fegan. She's all over the court this afternoon, creating great plays for her team. She gets the rebound, misses the putback. Baker from MBA gets it, but then here's Fegan again creating the turnover. Fegan didn't have position, on that rebound. Gets called for the foul. NBA ball out of bounds.
Look at you getting your chops up.
Whew, that was a lot of pressure.
Oh! 3-point ball game, though.
Yes.
3:30 to go. Now I'm going to mess with you. Did you reset it? I'm going to leave you alone.
Did I reset what?
I was just messing with you. Oh, she held it down. I had to step out for just a moment. That's okay. Joe Hilsman, Ranika Simone. 3:28 to go, 23-20. Saginaw with that lead. What did I miss?
Fegan is just pretty much taking over the game on both ends of the court. She's everywhere. Boyke also doing a good job positioning herself under the basket, getting rebounds, finishing with contact.
Zaria Mitchell has been active too, and she's going back to the free throw line. As we take a look at our SUV TV instant replay. In and out, no good, Mitchell.
Both teams struggling from the free throw line today.
And that's one of my pet peeves, though. It's free.
Can't give up free money.
Can't give up free. %80 should be the minimum goal. Split them.
Yep.
24-20.
Triple threat. Going straight up man-to-man, and I have to admit, I love it. Too many times, younger teams, especially with girls basketball, they get so comfortable in that zone, and that's not the reality of basketball, especially elite basketball.
Long three by Brown, no good. Yeah, I agree. If you want to come out of a timeout to show something different or something of that nature, but as your go-to defense, no.
Yes.
Because you have to play man-to-man. If you can't play man-to-man, because you'll be so comfortable with a zone that once you have to go play man-to-man, you don't even know it. It's foreign to you.
Absolutely. Especially if you're playing against a good shooting team.
Especially, and even in zone, you need to use man principles.
Yes, absolutely. So it's really good to see all this man-to-man defense at such a young age. And it helps you learn the game, too. Good move by Boyke. She is definitely doing her job under the basket for triple threat.
6-point game, 26-20 with 2:15 to go. Here comes Brown. Brown gonna drive. The lefty puts it up high, no good. Rebound, triple threat, up ahead. They're on the break. Good hustle defense. Way to get back by Taryn Maynard.
Yes, never giving up on that ball. And she did somewhat of a C-curl, trying to get in front of the person versus fouling them from behind or riding them.
No good.
Good box out.
Nice drive, went right by, and that didn't agree with the foul, Madeline Weber, but she did pick up the foul.
Just a little body, not enough though. She makes the first.
(27-20), 1:59 to go. Class of 2023 on display for you here, 7th grade.
And she makes both. I think she's the first triple threat player to hit both her free throws.
And did it with confidence.
She did. She's controlling this game for her team.
Saginaw triple threat. They're all in orange. Orange tops, orange bottoms, white numbers, and a blue trim. MBA. All in blue. Blue tops, blue bottoms, white numbers, white trim.
Brown picked her dribble up early. As a coach, my thing is trap.
But Dykstra did a good job of going ahead and breaking. Here goes Brown. Dumps it off, down, and a turnover. Takeaway, outlet. Here comes Saginaw running all the way. Riccio, up, no. Rebound is going to be recovered by Fagan. You talked about her being all over the place. There's a deep three, front iron. Oh, could not get the roll. Rebound comes off to MBA. The Michigan Basketball Academy, that's what MBA stands for. Noel Brown, third team that we've been able to see from this program today here on court 2.
Yeah, Mitchell reached her hand in there. She was doing good until that point. Sometimes it's just a reflex. The ball's in your face and you just want to grab it.
(28-20), 77 seconds. So here's Brown. So Macy's going to drive and kick it off. Here's Weber. Weber goes up and scores. Count it. And the foul. It's a hoop and a harm for Madeline Weber.
Her team needed that spark. Let's see if she can knock down this free throw. Give her team some energy before this lead gets out of control.
Getting the score corrected, 28-22. Unable to complete the three-point play, 28-22, 6-point game. As we come up on a minute to go here in the first half, 2 14-minute halves. On the back door and a turnover. Impatient.
Yes. She definitely picked her dribble up too soon. She should have just kind of reset herself.
Coaching staff reminding her of that. It's a turnover you don't want. A bad, unforced error turnover. Under a minute.
You know, Fegan's a tough kid. She just took the ball right in her gut and didn't even flinch. And then kept a state of mind to grab the ball and create a jump ball. And she's in the 7th grade. I am definitely impressed.
Yeah.
She has not been out of this game since jump ball.
And this is where you can actually see the jump in your development.
Yes.
In the 6th to 7th grade, 7th to 8th grade, especially with all the basketball that is available now for you to play. And I think sometimes people underestimate that we're playing more basketball now.
Yes.
You're learning the game at a little, the curve is not as steep.
It is not. And you know, in women's college basketball, we're seeing that, where that reign of UConn, where they just dominated, you know, tremendously for so long, that's starting to shift. You know, a lot of good players are deciding to go to other schools, which is kind of balancing the atmosphere.
I'm looking at Oregon State. I'm looking at Mississippi State. I'm looking at Baylor, especially Baylor. They got Honesty Scott Grayson. I'm a big Honesty Scott Grayson fan.
Yeah, Honesty been putting in work for a while now.
And for her to, when I found out she went to Baylor, I just was like, oh my goodness. Yes. You know, I look at what Nikki Caldwell gonna be able to do down at LSU, even though it's not Caldwell anymore, but it's Vargas, yes. Nikki Vargas. Joni Taylor at Georgia.
Good job with NBA not giving up on the ball. There's still some seconds left. Brown gets it off and he hits it.
I see you.
Boom, boom, boom.
Macy Brown, a 3-ball, 29-25 at the half. Look out now, Macy.
And, you know, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. If the whistle hasn't blown, that means game is still on. Let's go.
Halftime right here from the LBI April Showers Classic.
The 360, he throws it down. He'll come off the double screen to the left. Oh, and wide open underneath. Sexton gonna step back, fade away three.
Oh, my goodness.
Collins Sexton.
In the lane by Tracy. Here's Williamson, makes his way around one Titan. Now hustling in toward the lane and throws it down. That's what the crowd had been waiting on. A fantastic dunk coming in by Williamson. Trent, off balance jumper.
Nailed it. Pierre to Gary Trent Jr. And oh my goodness, that's how you end the game, folks.
We begin the second half, and there's a drive by Fagan who goes and scores. She had 10 points in the first half. Now she has 12 after that hoop, 31-25. Joel Hilsman. Arianka Simone with you here courtside. Churchill Fieldhouse on the campus of Churchill High School in Livonia, Michigan. Rainy Livonia, Michigan.
And cold.
The LBI April showers classic. That's the only reason. It's been raining threes in this gym, though. Seriously.
That it has.
We saw that Macy Brown with that three to beat the Horn, and she had 8 in that first half. Here's Dykstra. One way and the other goes to the elbow, and now we'll peel it back out. They're running the action. And then it comes on the curl to Ferguson. Back out to Dykstra. 3 is short. Got her on rebound. Long board. Followed her shot. Nice hustle. Open. 3.
Way to grip that ball. Hold on tight to it.
Ferguson and MBA really hustling and getting to the 50-50 ball.
You know, one bit of the big difference between this young NBA team and the NBA team we saw before, they're not defeated. They got down and they turned it up. And, you know, and that's what a coach really wants out of their team.
You missed that.
Fighting.
Did you see what Macy Brown just tried to do on the inbound?
What she tried
The
to do?
best thing you're supposed to do. The defender had a back turn to her.
Oh,
so she tried to throw it off of her. She missed, but the fact that she did it in the 7th grade.
Again, these kids, they're smart.
I don't know why coaches continue to tell the players to turn their back to the inbound on the baseline.
You know, some people are just really stuck in their ways, and they don't know how to let stuff go.
when Scottie Pippen first did that 27 years ago, that should have been it.
That should have been it.
That should have been it.
For forever.
Yes, it should never happen again. Like, I would be in a game. I don't care what the coach done call. You got your back turned to me. I'm throwing it right off your back.
Yes, I agree.
You have my permission. The little youngsters that I mess around with, if he turns your back to you, throw it off. Forget everything I said. Throw it off his back, catch it, and put it in the hoop.
You know, same thing with the whole spin and pin. If you know you have a good, strong post player, why would you guard them with half and half? No, you just got to stand straight up because if they get you on their back, it's over.
All day. And we saw in our first game, there was a 6'5" post player from MBA. And look, seriously, go back and watch that ball game. Everything is live and on demand right here. You see that nice little plug I did?
I did.
Live and on demand. It was
Fegan with the drive to the bucket, and she gets the easy hoop. She is all over the place.
Natalie Foster.
Natalie Foster.
6'5". She'll be a junior this year. She had 15 points, all of them. She caught it, kept it high, off the window.
Hey,
caught it, kept it high. Went right to the block, went to each block. They gave it to her. She caught it, turned, and scored. Nothing. You're the biggest person on the court. Nobody can guard you. And then another thing, every time she got the rebound offensively, she caught it, got the rebound here, kept it here, and put it back up. She wasn't bringing it down. Lovely. Mic'd up time.
Coming out, so the guard. Listen, it's not, I agree, it's not all your fault. Paige, we are not switching. We are, if you're getting picked, you're doing every fight to the pick. She's hedging to buy you time, okay? If we don't hedge, we're not fighting to get on it, forget it. Okay, come on. And the other thing is, they're just rebounding you guys still. That was the other thing. Nobody on it, nobody on that girl. Easy to rebound, okay? We can't win if we're gonna play this way. So either we start playing right, don't let her set up on the block, take her position away, force her out when she sets up. All right? Come on, let's play like we can play. Let's go.
Okay, where your clipboard at?
No clipboard for me. No clipboard for me.
She's Ranika Simone. I'm Joel Hillsman. Glad that you're with us. The SUVTV.com. Your coverage of the LBI April showers here in Livonia. So now let's see how they adjust. 35-28, Saginaw with the lead on MBA, and here's Macy Brown.
NBA's coach said something perfect. Let's play the way we play. He had to remind his team of who they are and what abilities they have, because he hasn't been seeing that lately.
A little more than 3 minutes gone by here in this second half, 2 14-minute halves.
I think Brown was listening, because first thing she did was go straight to the bucket, get the foul. Now she's at the line shooting too.
But listen, her bloodline, free throw is good, Macy Brown. If she's any relation to Olivia and Jillian and Olivia, the way they played today, even though they lost earlier in the game that was here, I mean, you could see it. I could see all the accolades that I saw and found about Olivia Brown were warranted.
And she makes them both.
Overall, this is 2023, but where would you put ladies high school basketball in Michigan nationally? Where would you put it?
You know, that's a hard thing to gauge, and only because the talent, I think, nowadays is spread so far and wide. Being a little biased in that we do have some nationally ranked players here in our state, we're definitely in the top half, top 25 in my book. If I were to pull the best of the best throughout the state and put them against any other state's best of the best, even in defeat, it would not be a total loss.
The Detroit Country Day has 13 state championships since 1989.
Yes.
I like what Coach Brown did this year, repeating it at Edison Academy.
Now, one thing that people don't give Coach Brown credit for is her program is not even 10 years old. You don't see that in any sport boys or girls basketball. She was literally able to turn that program around from the beginning. And now they're favored to go 3 in a row. They're favored to win again because they're so young.
Yeah, they're tough. And I think and I've talked about a lot of this, but see, this is when I get to pick your mind before we get to the playoff games. 35-32. Oh, open. 3. No. Rebound. Fight for it.
You know, I love when I see a guard get a jump ball with a big. I love it. You put it in my face, I'm going to take it.
Do you like the 20-game regular season scheduling?
I think the amount of games is good. I don't like the restrictions that they have, where they can't play in a tournament if it's not with a bordering state, or they can only travel so many miles away from their school. You know, I think it just really, really puts a damper on us being able to highlight the talent that we have in this state on a national level. I will put Detroit Edison against any national team. That's just me personally. Unfortunately, they won't be able to play just any team because of the regulations that they must follow as a high school team. And I think that's unfair for them.
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad you're here, because I mean, people think I just make this stuff up and that I just pick on certain people. No, I don't. I said it, 20 games is not enough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not enough. And then the fact that they can't travel, because I got a couple messages, well, why don't they come play here? That they can't.
They can't.
Not allowed to.
If they could, trust me, Coach Brown, Rakia Jackson, Gabby, all those girls, they would gladly get on the plane, get on the bus, and go play against anybody.
Do you
those
think
girls hoop? Do
you think that there's going to be a big enough push to relax that in coming years, or is it just steadfast and immovable?
I'm trying to be politically correct here because I still have to live here.
I understand.
Unless there is some change in the leadership at the state level, I think it's a dead cause.
Okay.
You have, again, some people who they're more traditionalist than they are realist. And they just do not want to do what it takes to make other things possible. And until you get some, fresh mind, some people who are more in tune with the game today, I feel sorry for these coaches. I really do. You have like Coach Brown, her girl should be on ESPN too, and they won't be unless some great tournament finds its way to Chicago. It just is what it is.
So unless it's, I'm just want to make sure, because I know the rule, but I'm gonna get it qualified. If it's not a bordering state, they can't play in the tournament. So that goes for Illinois. That means waterboarding to Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and that's it. Wisconsin, yeah.
Because
or
of the
Minnesota.
UP. Because of the UP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, but here's the killer for boys and girls. A tournament is not even deemed qualified, or it can't even be registered if a team from a non-bordering state is playing in that tournament, even if it's hosted in Michigan.
See, now, I did not know that.
That makes no sense. So it's like if you play in that, then they say, oh, that's a violation because that tournament wasn't certified.
Now that I didn't know.
Yes, they can't even participate in a tournament if teams that are from non-bordering states are playing. Now
you just lit me up. You just lit fire under me right there. Because see that at the end of the day, I hate to say it, this isn't your grandfather's high school anymore.
There you go.
We have to understand that. And two, at the end of the day, it's about the future of the young women and young men.
Great pass to McCree.
Now see that? Yeah, that part right there just got me. I don't know.
Which is why when you do see our teams playing schools from other states, it's usually just a regular high school basketball game and not a classic or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find organize high-quality tournaments that don't include teams from everywhere.
Yeah, because that's the whole point. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's, and that's the kind of thing, like, for those of you guys, I cover football, that's the thing that they have in North Carolina. North Carolina football, if it's not a bordering state, they don't let them play. And it's
unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And I know and they know in Georgia, and a 3-ball. Bang it out. Grace Lyons. They know I complain about Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and South Carolina, and Virginia. But, I try not to talk about some of the other areas, and this is why. But, I'm here, but it really hurts you.
It does.
It really hurts you. Which I think now, events like these, they're going to become more.
Yes.
Let's just be honest. Once they start seeing the boom from here, then that'll start some change.
It absolutely will. And I'd like to point out, too, that 3 from Lions gave MBA their first lead since the beginning of the first half.
39-38.
I think AAU ball is at the level that it is now because of all of the, and I'll go out here and say it, ridiculous restrictions that are put on high school basketball.
Yes.
And even from a recruitment standpoint, if I have a limited budget. If I can see 10 of the girls I'm recruiting in one venue, why would I go to, all of these different high schools all over the state? It's just starting to make more and more sense.
Yep, and just gauging, like, Detroit Edison, like, I know how good they are. I know how good Country Day is. I know what Wayne Memorial's had to go through, with what they've had to go through. But then at the end of the day, I know how good they are, but are they? Because I haven't seen them matched up. There's a 3-ball right there.
With a school like Edison, all those girls don't play on the same AAU team.
They don't.
So you don't really get to see what they can do as a unit because once high school is over, they're split up.
And see, that's like what we were talking about earlier. You weren't here, but what I'm saying, and I'm glad somebody got us to show up. I'm sorry.
That's shot number 2.
No, I'm just happy now.
Somebody better tell this man I'm from Flint. That's shot number 2. That's shot
Hold on
number
now.
2.
Let Tweety Nolan there.
Oh, she'll tell you too.
Okay, good.
She'll tell you too.
Good. But no, I was talking about in the game earlier that we were talking about the One Nation Elite and Michigan crossover. You had the Detroit Country Day players going against each other.
Yes, absolutely.
So, it made it a very, very fun environment.
But that's why I say, when it comes to ranking Michigan basketball, that kind of goes to my point.
That's what I mean.
When these players are together, they're awesome. When they're apart, they make those teams awesome. That goes to show the caliber of players that we're working with here. Because if it were all, they can't do it without each other, then you would see a dip in either high school or you would see a dip in AAU. And with these elite teams, you're not seeing a dip in either.
And see, for Michigan to be the largest state area-wise, that's including the water, east of the Mississippi, it's just baffling. Because Georgia is the largest east of the Mississippi land-wise.
Right.
So, for Michigan to be as historic and rich in tradition as it is, it's still kind of baffling that, though that the Michigan HSAA still has those things in order.
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally. You get no arguments from me. And I really feel bad for some of our boys. Just to kind of throw a little shout out to them.
Yeah.
Detroit Edison boys won the state championship too. And they're limited on who they can compete with to prepare for that tournament because of all of these restrictions. And it's just not fair. It's just not fair.
The game has changed and grown, and you see it.
Absolutely.
This is what I do, and a lot of people, I always say that's the thing that makes high school basketball unique because each school, each district, each state has different things that they have to deal with. But what I don't like, and I don't care what state it is, when you limit them from going and playing out-of-state competition or in tournaments or playing against other elite, then at the same time, I'm asking you now, why are you limiting that? You wouldn't want anyone to limit what you're able to do.
And again, for me personally, no one's told me this. This is strictly our Simone's opinion. It's because they don't want to do the work that it takes to make sure that the girls are safe, to make sure their liability is covered, and to make sure that the schools have the funding that they need to make it happen.
Understood.
There's a lot of work that goes into it, and until somebody just says, you know what, we have to make this happen, we have to. We don't have a choice. our players are always going to be limited.
Yep. Nothing like that. But they keep hooping like this. They'll find their way south or west or east. I don't think they can go north. Although
they can.
Canadian ball is getting it's on the up.
You know, I saw a team from Toronto last year that they came and they left their mark. They left their mark here. Actually, it was in this gym.
I've seen a couple teams from Canada. I saw one from Vancouver. One of their stars now is at NC State. Ace Cohen. 44-41, 5:03 to go. Saginaw, triple threat, leading MBA.
You know, you talk about Country Day and their legacy. The Big Ten Freshman of the Year is a product of Country Day. Destiny Pitts.
Yep.
She was also a Miss Basketball candidate.
Put it on the floor and a takeaway.
She waited too long to get that ball off. She should have shot it as soon as she got it.
Nice pass. Caught it up front.
Oh, she
forced it. Now puts it back up. No. And pulls it down. Give me that. A shot block. But a foul, Grace Lyons. Yeah, I was drawing comparison to it. I know Michigan has a 20-game regular season limit. Virginia has 23. Georgia has 25. I'm biased. I think 25 is all right, but I wish everybody would do it like Texas. Man.
What does Texas do?
Oh, you get 36.
In high school? So what does the playoffs look
35,
like?
36. The playoffs is long in Texas.
That's
You can wind up playing 40 games.
That's a lot for high school.
But,
for high school.
You don't have to play that many. I'm just saying you have the ability to scale.
That's the max. Okay, I get what you're saying. See, in Michigan, there is a minimum. I think it's 18.
Yeah, but the max is 20.
The max is 20. The only reason why I'm okay with the 20 is because I'm thinking about a true ball player has a very long career.
I understand
high school
that.
is only the beginning. And the wear and tear that the bodies take, especially with girls, and the way girls jump stop, you see a lot more ACL injuries nowadays than you used to because of that.
Yeah, not as many in recent years, but I got you.
Yeah, and so just the breakdown of the body and the wear and tear, and then another thing. So these girls, they can't do anything with AAU until high school is completely over.
Yeah.
So they go the state championships on a Saturday. AAU tries are on that Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's like full, but they don't get a break. So that's why I'm cool with the 20 games.
Yeah, but when you can't go play nobody, 20 games work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What? Not really though, because you have a school like Edison, they're independent. She can make her own schedule, however she wants that to look. So you can still do some traveling on the weekends, you know, and then not interfere with the girls' school. You can still make it happen with 20. You can make it happen with 20.
When you're independent, you can do that.
Absolutely. And then they're allowed so many non-conference games too. Every school is.
Yes.
So.
Which, we all know the inner workings are always different depending on class. And,
exactly.
I do like that there's only 4 classes here. Unlike in Georgia, we have 8.
Ooh.
Florida has 9. Alabama got 7.
Jeez.
Yeah. You want to talk about handing out participation trophies.
Pass the ball, caught looking for the ball. Still, okay, when you catch, look at the basket, all right? Look for the cutters when they're cutting, okay? Work it, and stop getting out hustled on rebounds, man. Okay, they're on the glass. Box out, we got to crash the glass. We're going to need some second chance points here to win this game probably, all right? So when the shot goes up, everybody but the girl that's back, the highest, go get the win this thing, man. Let's get
So, Joe Hilsman and Ronika Simone back here with you. We just kind of having our little rap sheet here. 46-41 with 3:59 to go. I like the way New York does some things. They're allowed to travel a little bit.
I like New York. I like their style.
I think Jersey, though, they just give out. If you win 4 games, you're a state champion in Jersey. This is what it feels like. Seems that way.
I'm like, what?
Because they call it the sectional state champ.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah, no.
And so, so let me get your opinion on something.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're playing, and I'm going to come from a parent perspective on this one. When you're playing in a very competitive sport like elite basketball, you have some parents who just don't get that. And not only do they kind of focus on who's playing, who's not, but then they focus on the physicality of the game. And, you know, oh, she's bullying her or she's being too physical. And I'm like, it's a contact sport. Do you agree that even at this young age of the 7th grade that these girls, they got to be tough?
You don't want my opinion on that.
You know, I hear some comments from parents sometimes, and I'm like, it's basketball.
It's basketball. But see, that's what we talked about. I don't know if you had a chance. Go back and read Kobe's comments last night. He said European basketball is more physical than the NBA now, and I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with him.
Yes.
And it is because that's why, you know, I've talked about the refs and joking with the refs, everything is a foul, because everything is not a foul. You have to play through some things.
You do.
But so now you set the precedent down. Now every time I get touched, it can be a foul. That limits your skill development. Just like with the shot clock. If you had a shot clock, you would see skill development very much improve at a high curve. So in that regard, if you feel like my child is bullying your child, then you need to go play somewhere else.
Upward bound.
Huh?
That's why they create leagues like Upward Bound.
Go church, upward bound.
Yes.
Go play where they don't play with a ball. They just imaginary ball. Go play where they don't play with a clock. They keep up with letters. Go do some of that. When you come in the elite level basketball,
yes.
I mean,
competitive, high competitive
you know,
basketball. And I do agree that there are some kids who just like to play. And
Okay.
they do deserve that, which is why we have those what we call friendly leagues.
no, I call them this. Go play in the fun and exercise league.
There you go. But when you're talking this, to me, these girls are they're auditioning for a job.
Yes.
I need them to be tough. I need them to show that they are able to eventually compete on a collegiate level. That's what all of this is about.
And I also, and I take shots at refs because the refereeing across the country is just atrocious now. They have to stop falling for everything.
Everything.
You have, listen, you have, as a ball player, your most prestigious moment should be getting fouled, it's not called, and you still finish it.
Yes, good putback by Weber, scored 49-45. I agree, which is why Austin from the Indiana Flight was so impressive to me, because she was finishing with 4, sometimes 6 hands on her, and it didn't faze her. She didn't look to the ref to say, where my foul? She didn't do any of that. She put the ball in the hoop, got back down the court.
I mean, just think about it. Even on the playground, you're going to get fouled.
It's a part of the game.
You're going to get fouled, and it's not always going to get called.
And it's not always dirty either.
No, it's not.
It's just a physical
physical
game.
foul. Yeah.
Yes.
And I just think that now that, and that's why I say I think the casual fan has too much input in it. You know, listen, the game is entertaining, but you can't, look, just because you want to come watch us every third Sunday, stop trying to tell us how to change the rules.
Right.
I'm tired of that. It's not fun. They're fouling in it. Yes, I'm not going to give you 2 points. It's called protecting the basket. I'll make you earn them from the free throw line, though.
There you go. And, you know, I think, too, at the professional level, I think the owners have kind of got their hands too far into the actual game where the refs are forced to call these ticky-tack fouls because the owners are like, I got to protect my investment. You're letting this game get too physical.
My investment is you better go out there and win the games. And you can sit there and say, that's not your money. If it was my money, I need you to go out there and win the game.
No basketball like NBA in the 90s. I don't care what anybody
Nobody say. Don't care what nobody say.
NBA in the 90s, that was basketball.
That's basketball.
Where Bill Laimbeer got knocked out.
Yes.
They did the smelling saw. He popped up and said, is he gone?
Yeah.
Did they kick him out?
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to have a pride factor about
Absolutely.
yourself. You do. We're going to go mic'd up one more time with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go.
Before we get into shooting, all right? So we need to come back aggressively, trying to steal the ball. We got to get 3 before you can even make him shoot, all right? We get the steal, guys, just pump fake, go up strong with the ball, all right? A little one, get it underneath, just bring it back out. We'll set up and run a play, all right? We don't need a 3. We don't need a 3. We're fine. Mace, we don't need that.
Water.
Come on, man. All right, so come on. Everybody's good? Let's go. Come on. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
So 49 to 40, 49-45 with 1:34 seconds to go. Saginaw triple threat with the lead, 49-45. 7th and 8th grade right here on SUV TV's coverage of the LBI April Shower. Saginaw now will be inbounding it underneath, looking, and they get it in. Here's McCree. McCree now gets it up. Can they beat this press? Foul call. Cadence Dykstra was sliding into third base when she made the foul. 89 seconds to go.
Have to give it up to this young NBA team. They never, ever, ever felt defeated, like the game was over, and they have been playing hard.
They're still in it, too.
They are. They are.
Brown gives the foul. She was looking. I was hoping that I wasn't going to see an intentional either. I mean, it's obvious what she wants to do.
And she wasn't trying to hurt her at all.
Oh, just got a foul. Now, let's see. Trying to get them to the 1-and-1.
She's so sweet. She told the ref, sorry. He said, hey, don't do that. She said, sorry.
And see, yeah, she's sweet. I'm trying to foul her. You know that. Call it.
She like, Now, you talk about refs. One thing that, so my daughter I had the privilege of having a daughter who was, a pretty good basketball player. She got to play for some
She got it from her mom.
Probably her dad, but I'm not a hater. I give him that credit. He was a much better basketball player than I was, so we'll talk about that later off the mic. But one thing that her team had to endure quite a bit was if they were really winning, like, dominating the game, the refs would let them get beat up and then call ticky-tack fouls on them. And I'm like, that's not fair. I don't want my child going home with a black eye just because they were up by 25. That's just not fair.
That's why I tell people the only thing as a basketball player or as a coach or even as a fan that you just want consistency. If you're going to call it on this end, please call it on that end. If it was consistency, no one would ever complain about the ref.
Good or bad reffing.
Exactly.
I wouldn't.
It could be horrible. If you're going to be consistently bad on both ends. If you're going to be consistently good on both ends.
So I would be that parent screaming in the crowd, can we get some consistency? The girls don't even really know how to play because you're calling craziness on both ends of the court.
I'm the announcer that's just going to call them out all the time. That's just how it is.
It got to the point where I just had to kind of sit off in the corner and not say a word because the refs would be looking for me sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what?
You have to just sit there and pray.
Yeah.
8-point ball game after the made free throws for triple threat. 3, it was bothered and blocked. Rebound comes back. NBA really still trying to fight hard. Maddie goes up. Kick. There's a 3 by Ferguson. Hill of the rim. No. Brown has been everywhere. She's had a phenomenal game despite defeat. Did a little curly kneel action right there when she got the rebound.
That was impressive. She kept her dribble.
Good hustle. I see why they got knee pads.
Yeah.
I mean, they slide. That looks like a drill, the way they've done it, though. Seriously.
And I hope they keep that momentum as they get older, because sometimes with girls, that feistiness goes away. But if they can keep that attitude and keep that hunger to win, this team is going to be something to deal with when they get to high school.
Yeah. Because there's nothing like experience, especially like you were talking about earlier, at an elite level. Saginaw is not bad, and Fagan, I mean, she's tough now.
I can't wait to see her when she makes it to
As
high
she
school.
develops, yes.
And she looked like she might grow a little bit already. So to see her at that 3 spot.
Did you just see her throw that touchdown?
Did you just hear me say that?
You did.
To see her in that 3 position, oh man. Oh man. She has a high IQ already.
She just threw a beautiful pass
She has
off
a
of
high
inbound.
motor. She has a high upside. She got everything going for her right now. Everything. And she plays great defense. She's had some blocks and some really good rebounds this game.
She's overall been their best player.
Absolutely. She definitely gets player of the game for me.
And she has that walk, even though they're up 8, that walk that we need to finish this drill.
Yes, it's not over.
Jada McCray is at the free throw line now. 53-40 5, so you want to look at it, a 4-0 run there to open it back on up. Free throw, no good. Brown, long lead pass up to Ferguson. Ferguson will catch it, layup, left side, left hand, it's good. McKenna Ferguson with the hoop. Uh-oh.
Unforced turnover.
Yep, see, still put yourself in a position. You're down 6, you get a quick 3 here, you can extend this game maybe with 15 seconds.
You know, NBA.
And there it is. There's the timeout. Go ahead, make your point.
The NBA have the players and the coaching to get that done. Exactly what you just said.
Let's take a look and see what they're going to do with this.
Okay. Set up a box. This girl, come back, pick, come right up here. Okay. This girl, just back pick this girl. Catch it. Hey, Mace, inbound it. Who else is in? Okay. Grace, pick down for Maddie P. Maddie P, pop up, and then we're getting the back pick right here. Okay, wait a second before you go up. Just hit her here.
Player all the way to this corner.
Yeah. You get out of there. Just get wide. Get wide. Okay, everybody got it? You got to set this. Grace, you're right here. You're picking down. She comes up, pass, lob her right back to the corner, chuck it, crash the glass, get a bucket. All right, hit this 3 here. We have another timeout or no? I'm done, right? 3. Okay, got to foul immediately. 1, 2, 3. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
All right, so out of the timeout, they're down 6, 15 seconds, and they've drawn something up. Let's see. Brown will be the trigger girl. The inbounder, she faked it like she was going to throw it off of her. Out to the top, and a foul call. Uh-oh. You're going to send them to the free throw line?
If she makes both of them, we got action.
No, that's the 6th. That's the 6th.
Okay.
That could have been a design foul out of the timeout for Saginaw. Brown holds, looks, gets it in. They go right back to the same play. There's Brown, 8 seconds, 6. Oh, they nice little give and go there. McFerguson scored. Clock stopped with 6.2, and Brown got a steal and a shot up and a foul.
I hate to say it, but I told you so. NBA, I knew they had the personnel to just say this game is just not over. You have to give them credit for being ball players on that last possession. The play didn't come through, but they still were able to make some cuts and find the open man. Great job. You know, sometimes being robots kills players. They just like to go out there and only do what was on the clipboard. Sometimes you got to freestyle. Brown misses the first. It rattles in and out. And she misses the second. Rebound by Triple Threat.
You know who got the rebound.
You know who got the rebound.
There's your final score. It is 53 to 49. Saginaw Triple Threat with the victory over MBA. We'll kick it back up a notch and head back up to the 17U. It'll be the Wisconsin Playground Elite taking on Michigan Mystics. Coming up next right here, SUV TV's coverage of the LBI April Showers Classic continues after these words.